for joining me here today. So a quick explanation and backstory for today's video. For Christmas, I decided to make bracelets for all of my coworkers, which was a lovely idea and they loved them and I'm so happy with it. But now my desk space is in complete shambles. There's beads and charms and bags of stuff all over, and it's been long enough and I need to regain control of my space. So I went to the store and I bought a tackle box, and it took so long because I was trying to thrift one, but I couldn't find a good one at the thrift store, and undoubtedly every time I went I would spend $40 on things I didn't need, things I didn't go to the thrift store for, and I couldn't find a good tackle box, so I bought one new, which will be awesome because I get to peel the sticker off. Yeah, I thought I would just go through and sort of organize everything today. I've already got it in somewhat of a good shape on my desk, but there are a few trays in here with all these little compartments that I can sort everything into. And it did come with some beginner fishing supplies that I don't see myself using, but perhaps I'll keep them with me, and next time I go to one of the lakes around here, I'll keep my eye out for a young fisherman or fisher person and give this to them. I would give it to an old fisher person too, but I feel like they wouldn't necessarily need this cheap beginner supplies. So we'll just put those to the side for now. And I am going to take the chance to not bump the microphone. Ooh, here's a good corner. Okay, that was actually a pretty rough sound. It was nice, but it was a lot. So, we'll see what we want to do there. Okay. Now, okay. Enough lollygagging. Let's get down to business. Okay. Got everything laid out here now. And I forgot to mention earlier, I also have this box, which is full of supplies for a different type of jewelry making. I took a metalsmithing class about a year ago today, so there's some copper sheets and sort of half-finished projects in here. But this box is obviously quite small and quite full, so if I have extra room in the tackle box, I'm going to transfer all of these things over as well. Just keep it all in one space. But that is for a little bit later. Okay. I can't wait to put some stickers on here and maybe paint a few sections of it. And just really wear it in, take it outside, throw it in the dirt, kind of just make it my own, you know. Okay, I think I want to start with the charms first. just because it really feels like that's the majority of the things, are these little bags. And I've got a few different types. I've got these kinds that sit on a pin that are a little bit longer, and then I've got a bunch of assorted dangly charms. And I know that the smart move might be to keep them in their bags, but I'm really not feeling that. I actually want to just dump them out and, rifle through them later when I'm looking for the right one. I didn't notice this earlier, but it looks like this is a little extra divider, these sections here, that I can place in. Somehow. Feels too long. Maybe it's the wrong one. I don't think that I'll need that quite yet, though, if I do end up needing it, so I'm going to skip that for now and just start filling this girl up. I thought these were very pretty. Like a longer bead with a bunch of little circles on them. I've been making them like a center for the bracelets. It goes right in the middle. I have one other type of those. These ones are a little bit different in their shape. They still kind of little dots on them. And I would love to find some more beads like this, but there really weren't a ton of options. A lot of them were the dangly charms, which is mostly what I was going for and mostly what I ended up using anyway. So that's all of those. And then I do have quite a few of these eye pins and quite a few jump rings, which I did spill all over the place while putting this together. These ones I do think I'm going to keep in the bag, just because they're so small, and these have a few different sizes. I have a larger one here. So I think maybe I'll put all those up in this larger spot, because they're kind of the main bulk of a bracelet. I want them to be easy to find. Now we're getting into the dangly charms that make up what we might think of as a charm bracelet. These ones are very cute. They're like a little leaf. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Like a maple or an oak leaf, maybe. They just make me think of fall, even though I'm sure leaves look fairly similar to that all year round. I'm actually kind of thinking I want to put the charms in these top ones and save the bottom tray for beads. Now, what do I have that feels like it could sit with a leaf? Oh, here we go. Owls. I think an owl could sit with a leaf for quite a while without becoming tired of it, don't you? I actually haven't ended up using as many of the owls as I thought I would. I wanted to find a more mixed animal bag, but the place I went, so the store I went to is a wholesale seller near me, and they sell mostly like crystals and beads by the wire and things like that, and they do have some jewelry supplies, but not as many charms as I was really expecting. I think I'll need to
just start keeping my eyes open now that I have extra space. It needs to be filled. These little guys are sort of a connecting charm. They have a hole on both sides, so you can link two parts of a bracelet together, or you could just put a jump ring on one side and let them dangle. Okay, and with those, I think I'm going to pair them together with these little flowers, just because I think they're both kind of floral, so they're just have the same energy. Just feels like they should go together. There's a little string caught in there. Just throw that to the side. And I was using quite a few of these actually. Felt like everyone needed to get a flower. Because, I mean, truly, who doesn't like getting flowers? Okay. Next is one for the mystical girlies. We've got two locked together. We've got the wonderful unicorn. Oops. Once again, the wonderful unicorn. Now, I have fallen out of my interest in unicorns in recent years, but as a child, I loved a good unicorn story. I don't know if any of you have ever watched The Last Unicorn, but every time I was at my grandma's house, I was begging her to put that on. And it still kind of holds up today. If you are ever looking for a sweet animated 80s movie, give it a shot. And, let's see. Do we think the unicorns should live with spirals? Or the stars? Kind of feel like unicorns. Obviously they don't live in the stars, but seeing as how they can fly, I wonder if they ever think about it. So, we'll give them the opportunity today. And this is a cute pack because there are a few different styles. I don't know how much you can see, but there's like a small one. There's this one that is hollow in the middle. This one makes me think of the 2000s. It's sort of striped. And this one has that kind of hammered look. Yeah, and these are just a lot of fun. Wanted to fly out of my hands. Okay. Now I do still have the spirals, but I also have a few sort of copper charms. I've got a starfish and some dragonflies, and my cat jumped up here and scooped the bag of dragonflies in his paw and picked it up, and they all fell out all over the floor, so I collected them in this little tin. And at first, when I saw them, I was not really feeling the coppery charms, but once I took them home and got used to them, I actually quite like them. They're maybe a little bit like chunkier than the silver ones. They feel almost bubbly, and they're light. They're definitely not real copper, and I do have concerns of them oxidizing, but they're very cute nonetheless, and they make a nice centerpiece as they stand out. Actually, I wonder if I can just look at that. and one even stayed, so I could show you what this one is. This one, I think it looks like a starfish, perhaps. Just another type of star, but it is, yeah, thicker, a little more bulbous, which makes me feel like it's alive. And the spirals, I guess, for now, will have their own space. I'll have to find something else to pair them with. Maybe we could put them with one of our other charms. Actually, I think I'll do that. I think I will put them with the unicorns and the stars. It just feels like the slightly more mystical section. Give them a home in there. And then I can save this one for, I got this bag of just mixed nature charms. And here we've got some other leaves, we've got some birdhouses, there are a few acorns, elephant, there's a, I want to say a deer, perhaps? Some type of critter. Let's see if I have any luck pouring this one. Not too bad. Alright, now these are fun. This is another star. I am a big fan of stars, if you can't tell. But this is another type of jump ring, actually, so it connects at the end, or you can connect a few things together with these. And I've actually been using them at the tail end of the bracelet for what the clasp hooks into. And that's been just a fun, cute detail to include. Okay, I do have some clasps still to place, and I'm wondering where to put those, because this is feeling a little full. I do have this space that I suppose I could put them in for now. There's a loose one. Yeah, I'll put them there for now, and maybe return to that later. Okay, we're on to the second shelf. Hopefully it's not too top heavy. Okay, in the second shelf, I'm gonna put on these beads. Maybe I'll move these into here. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get there. Okay. I suppose we'll start with the easy ones first. Classic lettered beads. I chose the white and gold this time to sort of stick with the color theme that I had going, but I do love the colorful black beads too, with the letters on them. And it was nothing personal. I would love to get all the different styles at some point and just really fill this thing with lots of options. Okay. Now this bag is definitely ripped a little bit oddly, but I'm going to try my luck at pouring them, because it's going to take me forever to move them all by hand like that. There's one bee left. Get out of there, bee. Okay. Excellent. Well, that is very satisfying to run my finger through. Now these strings of beads, I actually don't think I'll take them off the string. Just feels a little counterintuitive, perhaps, to make them harder to get to, harder to separate. And we'll just start filling this up. I think at some point maybe I'll take them off the strings. It would be cool to do maybe one of each main color in the rainbow, because I definitely don't have enough room to do one for each type of bead, each type of stone. Now I obviously have a plethora of these coral beads, or coral chips, and they only sold it in this large of a section, but I'm not mad because coral and turquoise are maybe my favorite combination. I know I will get good use out of these over time. This one almost feels like it does need to come off of the string, just because they're so bulky. Because I need to make some more coral stuff soon, huh? Next we have quite a small strand of what's left. This little wooden, well, not wooden, but made to look like wood stars. Just small, cute little filler. Feeling like these should go all the way over here. I think I'll put these in to join them. I love the way these reflect and catch the light. I think I got these from Hobby Lobby, and I got a few different sizes because I was just very quickly enamored by them. And obviously I have gone through them, there's not many left. Man, nothing makes you feel more like a fairy than having sparkling matching jewelry. So we'll take a look at these little amethyst pieces. This one I might go in later and take them off of the string because they're all separated by these bits of plastic tubing, which just feels unnecessary. But I don't feel like doing that right now, so I'll come back to it. I think those will join the green in there for now. Okay. Do have these small strings, there's 2 of them, of these white beads also. These are just a simple, sort of porous looking white bead. They're very firm and dense though. They're just this unassuming stone to, break up the monotony of your bracelet or whatever you're making. It's another one of those. Okay. Speaking of white beads, you've most certainly noticed this other very chunky strand. I didn't like these as much as I thought I would for the project that I was doing, just because they sit so far off from the actual string that they almost felt like a charm themselves, and it was just throwing off the balance. But I'm sure I'll find a project for them before too long. All the little strings sticking out are funny. I wonder if they'll get caught on anything. Last but certainly not least, I have one of my favorite stones, the iconic rock symbol of the Southwest, turquoise. Just a nice, hefty blue circle. I really like these. I work at a fairly southwestern place, which is why everything kind of has that theme. Just felt like it would work pretty well for something ubiquitous that I could give everyone I work with and personalize it with the charms. Okay, well, this is coming along nicely. That was most of those things. I do have this is just beads that had fallen off. And I have a bunch of tiger's eye on here. That used to be a bracelet of mine until it broke. This random thing that doesn't need to be in there. But I might as well kind of take the time to put these away. I think brown should stick with brown, and I'll put them where those little stars are. There's a few miscellaneous things in here as well that I'm not sure yet what I'll do with. I do think I'm gonna need to move these, put them up here with the other silver items. And then I can have this lower tray be for colorful beads. There are also a few of the coral in here, and quite a few of those little green ones. I picked up the string from the wrong end earlier, and well, they just went flying. And some are flying right now. And I'm sure I'll be finding them with my toes over the next couple weeks as I sit here. But that's fine. You know, it'll be like a nice surprise each time it happens. This one's trying to escape. I'm actually going to do something risky. Let's see if I can brush them into there. Oh, that worked way better than I actually thought it would. That's overwhelming me a little bit, so I'm actually going to put that down for now. The last few things that I have up here are, this is a jar of just miscellaneous beads that I don't necessarily feel like going through quite yet, so I'll place that in there as is. And then I have this case of very, very tiny beads in all different colors. There's a few here that the lids on them broke and they were spilling all over. So I think those should go up here if it'll fit, just to give them a chance to stay upright, stay out of trouble. And that can go in there, along with my little jewelry pliers and the snippers in there too, if I need to cut any wire. I had a few other pairs of those around somewhere, but I'm not sure where they've gotten off to. And since I do have some space left, let's go through that other box. Okay. Deliberating what things to, if I want to just move everything in here or try to keep some of it separate. I think it would make more sense to just move everything, don't you? Okay. I've got some unfinished projects. These large things should try to fit in first. Maybe even underneath the beads. Okay. They're saying they need to be taken out first, so let's do that. Just restructure here a little bit. Nice. Fits nearly perfectly. And for the situation, I really couldn't have asked for a better fit. I think this is just safety rules from the class, but it doesn't hurt to keep. And there's receipt, some instructions for my Dremel. Got a soldering board here. Lightly used, all things considered. Okay. Now I think I'm ready to put the beads in. I'm never one to throw away an instruction manual because you really never know. If I have a chance to keep it with the thing that it's instructing me on, I'll do that every time. This is all fitting very nicely. Quite happy about that. Got a smaller piece of hammered copper here that will slide in. And the Dremel itself is definitely not a super high quality one. All tangled up in its cord. It's from, I think I got it from a Harbor Freight. But for a few little tasks I need it for, it gets the job done, you know? This is all of the attachments and pieces for that. What else do we have? Got some sanding discs or sanding equipment. A lot of little bags of things. These are saw blades for a jewelry saw. And I want these to stay together, but for right now, I might put them up here just so that they'll be safe and out of the way. I've got some gorgeous pieces of turquoise here. I would really love to put to use soon. Can make some very cool things with those. Just some little doodads, little bits and bobs. I sadly did not sign up early enough this year to attend another class. But supposedly I should have a friend who will be setting up a space in her home soon for metalsmithing. And then I'll get the chance to try my skills out again. It's bent very strangely. A lot of little pieces. Just another saw blade on the loose. More little bits and bobs. Ooh, actually, I just had a genius idea to put all the little bits and bobs in this extra container that I have just laying around. Really tiny little stones. Tuck those in there. And I don't remember what these are called right now, but the pieces that the stones sit in. Oh, that's going to bother me. And this is the saddest thing. I had this gorgeous stirring stick for my work, and it broke. I closed it in my car door, so it's entirely my fault. But I can still be remorseful. Don't know if that will fit. Might bend it a little bit, but I think that should be okay if it does. Alright. I'm gonna place the last few things and excitedly close her up and see if she even closes. Oh. Not the last thing. What am I saying? Got this beautiful little strand of beads. Can go right in there. Ooh, it's heavy now. Gotta use 2 hands. Oh, how awesome is that? Wonderful is it when something just kind of works out. Doesn't quite want to close on these, but for now, I'd say it's good enough. It is quite heavy, actually. that marks the end of our jewelry supply organization. If you're still here watching me, you get an extra thank you, because I think it's so crazy that anyone might want to sit for an hour and watch me talk about combine two of my hobbies, especially while I'm still getting used to this whole ASMR thing. If you have any suggestions for me or anything that you think I can do better, please let me know. I did find a spare bag of stones on the ground after I finished, so I'll be throwing those in there, kind of wherever they fit. Yeah, I just want to say thank you again, and I hope that you have a wonderful, restful sleep, or a peaceful, enjoyable day, or, just a good time with whatever you're doing. Yeah, from me to you.